everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibite OG. So guys, I want you guys to listen to something. It's 1 minute and 50 seconds. It's Giannis from last night. He won in the NBA Finals. They were down 2-0. Now they're up 3-2 going back to Milwaukee to try to win the first championship in over 50 years. I don't watch basketball, but it's what he said. This is how I live my life. Listen to what he said about being humble, not gloating about what you did yesterday or today, because tomorrow is your pride. Tomorrow is where you actually make your name. Because if you're gloating about yesterday, you're going to fall back into the trap tomorrow. So listen what he says, guys.
I mean, you're 26 years old, and, you know, I've covered plenty of players who didn't seem like they figured the ego part out until their 30s. I mean, who taught you about why that's important and to handle it that way?
I think I'll say life. Usually, let me tell you this. Usually when, from my experience, right? Like when I think about like, oh yeah, I did this. I'm so great. I had 30. I had 25, 10 and 10 or whatever the case might be. Because you're going to think about that. Oh, we won this and that. Usually the next day you're going to suck.
Right.
Simple as that. You like the next few days you're going to be terrible. And I figured out like a mindset to have that, like when you focus on the past, that's your ego. I did this. We were able to, beat this team 4-0. I did this in the past. I won that in the past. Right. And when I focus in the future, is my pride. Like, yeah, next game 5, I do this and this and this. Right. I'm going to dominate. That's your pride talking. Like it doesn't happen. Like you're right here, and I kind of like try to focus in the in the moment, in the present, and that's humility. That's being humble. That's not setting no expectation. That's going out there, enjoying the game, competing at a high level. And I think I've had people throughout my life that helped me with that. But that's a skill that I've tried to like kind of, how you say it? Kind of like perfect it. Master it. And it's been working so far.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to stop.
Doing okay.
Beat this team
so, guys, that is a powerful message. I hope you listen to that. I know we're a crypto station and a commodities and whatever, we do technical analysis, but sometimes when you hear somebody speak so true from the heart and say something that could help millions of people, forget basketball, that's a guy you can root for and a guy you want to win a championship. So I don't like basketball, I don't like the NBA. I mean, I like basketball, but I don't like professional sports. But that's a guy I can root for. And I've liked him for years. I just don't watch basketball. And he plays for Milwaukee, so he beats the shit out of the Pistons all the time. But still, that's a message you guys can actually, that's somebody you could actually look up to. That's a humble guy, Giannis. So, guys, the patterns are still exactly in the same channel. We're not really doing anything. We're still above this rise. We rised above this. So this is what I'm looking for today. Are we going to do something like this because the future's open tonight? And are we going to come up, or are we just going to fall off the map, come back down to this, and then finally come back down? I still think we have to get down to 30,200. I don't see what's going to propel us over unless we just get a manipulated push up. Which, once you go for a certain amount of time, you start to look at those scenarios. So now the farther this goes on, we're going to have to say we don't have enough selling pressure. But I'm not at that point yet because it's much easier to drop than it is to go up. You can always have sellers. It's the buyers that are the problem. We can't make the market go up, me and you. But what we can do is make the 3, 4, 5, 10% jumps or drops suddenly. But we can't have a 50% or 100% move up or down without institutional buyers. So for XRP, it's the same deal, guys. Are we going to do one of these? Are we going to come up, get rejected, and then come back down? Or are we just going to all out bail? Those are your two scenarios right now. So, and now we'll end it on DGB. So with DGB, we're still in the channel. We made a little bit of a bounce, but it's the same thing. Are we going to make a bounce up? It's all going to depend on Bitcoin. And then when are we going to come down and propel ourselves below that support line? Are we just going to figure out we have no volume and then start doing something like this and start working our way down? So T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire at the side bet on XM and Future Digibite OG. If you want to donate or join Tom's Army, links are in the description. We're down to 213 members of Tom's Army, so we've lost a couple. If you're thinking about joining, I would highly encourage it. I would appreciate it. Stay true, stay blessed.